I'd like to pass the floor to the next speaker.
I am Frederick Odorige, representing the Nelson Mandela Human Rights Association. What is called colonialism in Africa is what I call the genesis of terrorism. Today, we have a new dimension of colonialism as African leaders continue to impose themselves in power and to steal and hide money in European banks. It took Switzerland 20 years of litigation and foot dragging before they reluctantly repatriated $1.4 billion stolen and hidden in their banks by the late Nigerian military head of state, General Sani Abacha. Interest from that amount was lost. Report shows that $1 trillion is stolen yearly by African leaders and hidden abroad, while Africans desperately try to escape from their various countries through the Mediterranean Sea. Today, Nigerian senators earn more than any European president because they ingeniously appropriate emoluments and earnings to themselves against national and international law. It is forbidden under paragraph 2 of Article 8 of the United Nations Convention Against Corruption for public officers to engage in self-dealing with emoluments that are unacceptable under international law. Nigeria is signatory to that convention. What Nigerian senators earn in 4 years is enough to build 18 hospitals in each of the 36 states of Nigeria. Sadly, President Muhammadu Buhari of Nigeria has spent 107 days in the United Kingdom to seek medical treatment without publicly disclosing his expenses, which he took from National Treasury. This is a government purportedly fighting corruption. Therefore, it is imperative on behalf of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria to recommend as follows. 1, that the EU and other countries must stop banking stolen money from Africa. 2, that the EU and other countries must seriously consider placing travel bans on Nigerian senators and their families. 3, all financial assistance to Nigeria must be urgently reviewed. We receive financial assistance, we borrow, we receive astonishing revenue, we have unmatched natural resources, yet we have become the poverty capital of the world as 6 Nigerians slide into poverty every minute, while 44 Indians get out of poverty every minute. Lastly, we, Africans, must begin to seriously hold our leaders accountable. Enough is enough. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today, like you know, we have not come to tell them in Europe how bad our country is. We have not come to tell them that we are washing our dirty linen in the public. We are here to tell them that we have a beautiful country called Nigeria, situated at the western part of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We want to tell them that we are a beautiful people. We want to tell them that there is no country as blessed as Nigeria. We want to tell them that if there is a place you must visit before you die, it is Nigeria. But sadly, we are here to tell them that we are undergoing a system in Nigeria that has become so unacceptable by Nigerians and friends of Nigerians. We are saying that we refuse to be so poor in the midst of plenty. We are here to say that we are ashamed that suddenly we have become the poverty capital of the world, with 6 Nigerians sliding into poverty every minute, while 44 Indians leave the poverty index every minute. We cannot continue like this. We are here to say that the European Union must begin to ban Nigerian politicians, especially the senators, for gross abuse of power, for appropriating emoluments and earnings to themselves against the laws of Nigeria. Every Nigerian senator earns more than every president in every European country. Our people have become poor because of this. There is no European president that earns like a Nigerian senator. Every Nigerian senator earns 30 million naira in a month. That translates to 379 billion naira for 109 senators. That translates to 1.4 trillion naira in 4 years. If you divide that amount by the 36 states in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, every state will receive nothing less than 36 billion naira. That can build 18 hospitals in every state in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But today, we have a president that travels to the UK for medical treatment. President Muhammadu Buhari has spent 107 days in the UK. From the national treasuries, monies he refused to disclose to our people. Money taken from national treasuries. Yet, he is fighting, purportedly, corruption. We are here to say that the killing in Nigeria as reported by the Amnesty International is grossly unacceptable. The manslaughter in Nigeria, the slaughters going on, the massacre is a shame. And we know that if this continues, the worst is yet to come. Remember that after the genocide of 1994 in Rwanda, the late Kofi Annan, former Secretary General of the United Nations, regretted that the UN did not act on time. We are here to say that the European Union must not wait any minute before they act on Nigeria, so that you don't end up saying we regret not acting earlier. People are being killed, houses are being burned, lands are being claimed, and our people are suffering. But we know that if this continues, a time will come when the tragedies in Nigeria will translate to the tragedies in the sub-regions of Africa. And at the end of the day, it will be a problem. Why is it that Africans travel through the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pastures, which has become a migration menace to European countries? The reason is simple, because our people are escaping from the harsh conditions. Therefore, we must begin to tackle the situation where European countries give money to Nigeria and now on other African countries for programs and projects which are unaccounted for. We are here to say that you must stop giving financial aid to Nigeria. We borrow, we receive grants, we have huge revenues, we are naturally blessed, yet we have become the poverty capital of the world. We are sad, we are pained, and we are saying that this nonsense must stop. We have come today to submit a letter to the President of the European Council, Donald Tusk, to be received by the representative of Federica Mogherini, because we are saying that the time has come that Nigeria should be supported. Nigeria needs help. Sadly enough, our fellow Nigerians living in Nigeria have become too weak. Nigerians are not good followers, sad to say, because we talk, we act, but they're not ready to move. But we can understand. The simple reason is because Nigerians have become too hungry to become angry. But because we live abroad and we see what is happening in Europe and America and Canada and other places, it pains us deep in our hearts that the developments we see here is not translating to the same development in Nigeria or Africa. We can do better. We are too blessed to be cursed. Therefore, we are standing as Nigerians to say no to whatever has held us down as a people. We are saying no to VIP treatments in Nigerian prisons. We are saying no to uncompleted projects. We are saying no to sporadic gun shootings during Nigerian elections. The last Osun State election was a shame, condemned by the EU, condemned by UK, condemned by the United States of America. How can you shoot a Nigerian or shoot sporadically in the air just because you scare Nigerians from voting? No Nigerian owns Nigeria more than Nigerians. You have no reason to disenfranchise our people. I am neither APC nor PDP, but every Nigerian has a right to vote. Whoever wins should win according to the wish of the people. that the Nigerian army and police officers allow themselves to be used to shoot sporadically, then you should learn from the Zimbabwean soldiers who called Robert Mugabe to book. Nigerian soldiers are not helping democracy. Nigerian police officers are not helping democracies. You must refuse to be used by your people. We attend the same market like you. We buy the same products like you. We buy at the same price. Why do you allow your superiors to use us against us? Nigerian soldiers, you must wake up. You must begin to say no to your superiors. We refuse to continue like this. When they tell you to shoot during elections, you must say no. You must say no. Power belongs to the people. I'm not speaking for PDP. We are the people. We live abroad. We see everything going on here. We might decide not to come back home. But no, we must go back home. Nigeria belongs to us. It's our home. But we don't want to come to Nigeria where we are teaching our children how to use generator for electricity supplies. We refuse to teach our children where we need to pump water into our boreholes before we get water. We refuse to tell our children to explain the chaos in our road junctions because traffic lights are not working. Nigerians are too poor. Why? Because our leaders made us poor. This election of 2019, remember that on the 1st of November, we are going to choose just one person through our YouTube channel that we are going to support, whether in the diaspora, whether in Nigeria. If they want to kill us, we shall die together. If they want to arrest us, we shall die together. If they want us to take us to prison, we shall go to prison together. But we shall not die. But we shall not go to prison. Because Nigeria belongs to us. We shall claim Nigeria from the few cabal that has held us bound over the years. Since 1960, Nigeria got political independence, but since 1960, we've been experiencing economic slavery. But we are standing here to say no. Whoever you are, born of a man or a woman, whatever you have stolen from Nigeria, we shall get each item back from you. It belongs to us. Send your children abroad and give us bad education in Nigeria. We shall get it back from you. Go abroad for medical treatment, but give our people bad hospitals. You shall pay. Steal our money, bring it to Europe and build houses and buy houses. We shall take it from you. It belongs to us. Fellow Nigerians, as you stand up to vote in 2019 to put us in the proper map of Africa and in the world, remember that you have to vote rightly. The time has come for us to say no. Don't say I will not vote because my vote does not count. In 2019, your vote must count, whether they like it or not. Because we, members of the European Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria, in conjunction with other Nigerians all over the world, we are set to put a change to the system. If they give you money for election, remember, some of those money they give to you are ritual money. Be careful how you receive money from politicians. We are here today to submit our letter, and we are going to read the letter, and you shall know what we are submitting in that letter. We are saying that the EU must stop giving grants to Nigerians or to Nigeria as a country. We are saying that the EU must declare the militias and the so-called herdsmen as terrorist group. They will be killing Nigerians. They slaughter Nigerians. This cannot continue. It must stop. It must stop. Why do you declare Biafra as a terrorist group when they did not kill people? Why did you refuse to declare the herdsmen as terrorists when they have killed many people from our families? We say no. Herdsmen, militias were described by Muhammadu Buhari as rebels from Libya trained under Muammar Gaddafi. If that is the case, it means that our borders have become so porous. It means that they must be treated as terrorists. We are here to say that subsequent elections coming up in 2019 must be fully supervised by the EU and other countries. But it is not just about making speeches that the election was not well conducted. There must be sanctions to whoever we rig our elections, to whoever we malign the voice of the people. The time has come to say no. Many of us came from different countries for this protest march. Of course, many have gone, but we decided to make a speech today to tell you Nigerians that we are with you day and night. We are here to tell you that we want to return back home, because even this Europe don't tire us. What if Europe? It's fine, everywhere fine. We know it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. But security day, who tell you say we're not going to do like this for Nigeria? Would they provoke?
Yes.
Say somebody could die for Lagos Benin Express Road, ambulance not going to come within 5 minutes. Say now we going to repair our road. Say they say one thing at PHCN, please hold your candle now. I've been a NEPA, never expect power always. We don't want that. Nigerians, stop giving up hope. You cannot give up on Nigeria. Whether you are a Nigerian using British passport, whether you are using the EU passport or an American passport, you must know that the blood of Nigeria flows in your Nigerianness. We must begin to claim our somebodyness, because that is who we are. We must begin to fight for this freedom. And we cannot sing that song, we shall overcome someday. Oh, someday we shall overcome. Someday we shall overcome. There is no someday. Someday is today. Someday is now. And the time has come. You must take your PVC card, your PVC, you must vote for the next candidate. On the 1st of November, we pick a presidential aspirant that we are going to support. Then the campaign will start like never before. I want to thank everybody that has organized this program, our coordinators that have come from Germany, from Belgium, for all your support, for everything. Now we know that there is a common pain, and the time has come for us to change. And the time is now. Fellow Nigerians, you must not give up hope, because it is very sad that some of you refuse to go and collect your PVCs. If you look at the difference between PDP and APC in the last Osun State election, the first election before the sham rerun, you will find out that the difference was just like 10 votes. Every vote counts. We must vote for change. We must say no to our leaders. They have enslaved us in our countries and in our country, and now we say no. They have come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Because Nigerian politicians are the real principalities and powers. But we must stop them. Because he that is in us is stronger, greater, bigger than he that is in the world. We say no. We say no. No. We say no. No. We say no. No. We say no. No. Nigerians say no. No. Africans say no. No. Africans are looking up to us. Because the big brother is sleeping. Big brother Nigeria is sleeping. Yes. We just left the Cameroonian program. They came to demonstrate here also. Because they are tired of their BS. The BS of the world must go and sleep. Yeah. Muhammadu Buhari was minister of petroleum in 1977. The same year that Emmanuel Macron, current president of France, was born. I refuse a recycled president. Yes. The time has come to say no. No. Nigerians say no. No. Nigerians say no. No. Africa say no. No. We must be free. Yes. We must be free. Yes. We shall not be free tomorrow. We shall not be free like yesterday. We must be free now. Yes. We must be free now. No. We must be free now. No. We must be free now. No. Nigeria must be free now. No. Nigeria must be free now. No. Nigeria must be free now. No. Africa must be free. Africa must be free. Amen. ECSDN.